Okay, in this video, we are going to look at distributing and combining like terms to solve. So, when we are working on these problems and you see that you have distributive property, that is a key that we're going to do the distributive property first. So, whenever you have distributive property, you've got to do that first. So, here are the steps over here. First thing, I've got 7 times the quantity 9 plus k. So first thing I want to do is multiply that 7 times the 9 plus k. So 7 times 9 is 63. And 7 times k is 7k. And that equals 84. All right, combine any like terms. Well, I've got 63 and 7k. Those aren't like terms. So then I'm going to go to step 3. Add the opposite of the constant to both sides of the equation. Here's the side of the equation I'm going to focus on, 63 plus 7k. 63 is my constant, so I'm going to add the opposite of 63, which is negative 63, to both sides. Now, the reason why I do that is because I want to cancel the constant by making it equal to 0. So that cancels, and I'm left with 7k. And 84 plus negative 63, I'm just going to subtract. I get 21. So, next thing I want to multiply or divide by the coefficient on both sides of the equation. Here's my term, 7k. The coefficient is 7. So I'm going to divide by 7 on both sides to get k equals 3. And last thing, of course, we're going to check that solution. So if our variable is indeed equal to 3, then this side should equal 84. So I'm going to check by plugging that into 9 plus k and see if that equals 84. So let's try it. 7 times the quantity 9 plus 3, does that equal 84? Now here, you can distribute, but you can also do parentheses first. 9 plus 3 is 12. And does 7 times 12 equal 84? Well, 7 times 10 is 70. 7 times 2 is 14. 70 plus 14 is 84. So, oh, it works. So we get 84 equals 84. All right. So, moving on. K equals 3 is the correct solution. Let's look at some other examples. So here, 144 equals negative 12 times x plus 5. So I'm going to distribute first that negative 12. Make sure you multiply by the negative 12 and not just positive 12. And then, let's see, so we get 144 equals, negative 12 times x is negative 12x. And negative 12 times 5 is negative 60. Then, my constant, negative 60. I'm going to add the opposite of negative 60 to both sides. Opposite of negative 60 is positive 60. That becomes 0. Positive 60. All right, 144 plus 60, that is 4. 204. That equals negative 12x. Then divide by the coefficient of x. Well, my coefficient of x is negative 12, so I'm going to divide that on both sides. And negative 12 divided by negative 12 becomes 1, and 1x is just x. And let's see, 204, calculator here, divided by negative 4. It's been a long day. I'm sure I could do this in my head, but I don't want to mess this up. So let's see, 204 divided by negative 12 equals negative 17. And let's check and make sure that that solution works. So I'm going to plug in to this original equation, negative 17 in place of x. And let's see, 144, does that equal negative 12 times negative 17 plus 5? Well, I can do the parentheses, negative 17 plus 5. That is negative 12, and negative 12 times negative 12 is 144. So that means that negative 17 is my solution for this equation. All right, let's go to another one. Number 3. Negative 10 equals 10 times the quantity k minus 9. First thing I want to do here, if I see distributive property, is distribute. 10 times k is 10k. And if you don't see this as a negative, you could always rewrite it as plus negative 9. 10 times negative 9 is negative 90. All right. So next thing, add the opposite of the constant to both sides. Here's my constant, negative 90. Opposite of negative 90 is positive 90. So I'm going to add positive 90 to both sides. This cancels on the right. Negative 10 plus 90 is 80, and that equals 10k. Next thing, divide by the coefficients of the variable, which is 10. Divide by 10 on both sides. 80 divided by 10 is 8. 10k divided by 10 is k. There's my solution. And of course, last thing we want to do is check. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to use negative 10 equals 10 times k minus 9. Plug in 8, see if this works. Negative 10 equals. So now, does that equal 8 minus 9? Let's do parentheses first. 8 minus 9 is negative 1. Negative 10 equals 10 times negative 1. Well, that is equal to each other. So you get negative 10 equals negative 10, which tells me that this is indeed the correct solution. All right, let's look at one more. Let's see if I can make that any brighter. All right, so negative 243 equals negative 9 times 10 plus x. Let's distribute first. So I get negative 243 equals negative 9 times 10 is negative 90. And negative 9 times x is negative 9x. Let's add the coefficient, add the constant, opposite of our constant, negative 90, which is positive 90 to both sides. And let's see, 243, or negative 243 plus 90 is negative 153 equals negative 9x. Divide by your coefficients of negative 9 on both sides. So a negative divided by negative is a positive. 153 divided by 9 is 17. All right, let's finish this off and check. So negative 243 equals negative 9 times 10 plus x. If I plug in 17, does that equal negative 243? Let's find out. So let's do the parentheses first. 10 plus 17 is 27. And 27 times 9 is equal, times negative 9 equals negative 243. Oops, I'm sorry. There you go. That tells us that x equals 17 is our correct solution.